Hi guys, now we are going to see the topic about the user defined function in C programming language. See, previous class we had seen about the built-in function. Now we are going to see about the user defined function. See, the function, there were two types in C programming language, built-in function and the user defined function. Already we had seen about the built-in function. Now we are going to see about the user defined function. What is user defined function? Say, the function that can be created by ourselves. See, depending upon the task, we can design our own function, so that function, whenever we need, we can call that function to our main program. So the function which is designed by ourselves is known as the user defined function. Now let us see about the syntax of the user defined function. See, here there were three main parts. We should remember this one. See, before the main function we should declare the our function, that is user defined function, that is in globally. Before main function, that is after the header file, we should declare what we should declare the prototype of a function. Say, here we should mention the return type and the function name and what are the parameter we are going to pass inside the function. These type of things we should declare before itself. And after that, in the main function we can call the function, that is we can call the function which defined. And the third part is the function definition. There we can define the function, that is the set of instructions were created in a block, that is our function block. We can give the function name, and after that what type of task we need, depending upon that task we can write the code inside that unit. So these three part is main thing. Say, first one, function declaration. Function call. And the third one, function definition. Function declaration, this is what I have told you, prototype of a function, that is after the header file, that is before the main, we should declare the function. Here very first the syntax is here return type, function return type, next function name, after that in parentheses we can declare the argument list or parameter list. Inside what type of data we are going to pass, that data type and the variable name can be declared inside the parentheses. See, here return type. What are the return types? See, we had seen the return type here already in built-in function we had seen. See, we had seen about the string function. There, for example, here let us take, if we want to find the string length, then what is the return type? Here argument we are passing the string. After passing the string, it counts the letter inside the string and it returns the total number of character, that is total number of letters. So it returns the integer value. So what the function it returns, depending upon the returning data type, we can declare the data type here. So the return type may be integer, float, double character, etc. These are the return types. And void, this also a return type. See here, previously integer, float, character, these and all return some value to the call in the main function. Suppose if you are calling a function, at the call time it returns the some values, that is integer, float and character, etc. Suppose in some function it won't return any values, that kind of function we should declare it as void, because if you are declaring the return type as void in the function, that function will not return any value to the calling. Where we are calling that function to that call position, it doesn't return any value, it will not return any value. So the void, you keep it mind, void it will not return any values, return values. See, previously this we had seen the float. Suppose if the function returning some fractional value, in that case we should declare the function name it as float or double, that is depending upon what kind of data the function returning, we can give that, declare that data type here. See, next one, the main thing is in function declaration we should put semicolon. See here, this is include here header file, some header file, after void main. This is the main function. Here function declaration, that is set of instruction inside the main function. Here function declaration after the include stdio.h, that is before the void main we can declare here, that is function declaration. We can declare the function here. Here when declaring the function, the syntax is like this. Say here function declaration, while declaring the function name, here we should give the semicolon at the end. Next let us see about the function call. The function call, the calling the function. Say in previous session we had seen about the string length, where we call that function, that is inside the main function we can call. Within the function we can call the user defined function. See here, so this function call, here we can include the function call inside the main part. So the syntax is nothing but simply we are going to, syntax for function call is simply we are going to give the function name. Here we no need to give the data types or return types. Here simply we are calling what function name, that function name, and if any argument is there, if that function has any argument, if the argument is there, then we are going to give the argument here, argument list. Next is semicolon. See, this argument list is optional only. Some function will not have any argument. Without argument, some function will be there. If without argument means just if you call the function name, that enough. So this function name is the function which we had declared before this function name. This name should be called here in the function call. Next, function definition. In the function definition, here the syntax is, at last we are going to define the function, that is after the main function. Here function in the function definition we are going to define the function name. In the function definition, here we are going to define the function name. Here first return data type, what type of data that function returning, that data type. Next here function name, after that here argument list. Here within brace we can define the task, what kind of task we need to perform. That relevant code can be defined here, that relevant code can be right here, right inside the function definition part. So here function definition, it comes after the main part. See, before the main, the function declaration, inside the function call, next to after the main function, we can define our user defined function here. See here, during the function call, the controller will jump to the where function definition part. In the function definition part, all the instruction after executing it return back from where it came, it return back to the main function. This is the function call. So these three parts were main thing. See here second type, here instead of we are writing the function declaration, function call and function definition, before the main part directly we can write the function definition also. Here we no need to declare the function, we can write like this also. See here include, here this is include the header file. After that here directly we can define the function definition. In the function definition, argument list, here this is the set of instruction. Here void main, here set of instruction, I am closing the main part. This is function call, we can call the function here. If argument there, we can pass. Here it during the function call, it go to the function definition, where we have defined the function before the main. See here at last, here at the very first itself, we can, after the header file, we are defining the function. After definition, here I am calling inside the main program, I am calling that function. In this way also we can declare, or these are this. See, now let us see what are the types of functions, user defined functions. Here see, depending upon the return type and depending upon the argument, we can classify the function type. Here now let us see about the types of the function. This is the syntax of defining the function. See, with argument, and with return value. This is one kind of function. Next, with argument and without return type or return value. Third one, without argument list and without return value. Here fourth one, without argument and with return value. These are the four kinds of the function. See, by help of the user defined function, now we are going to define the function. Here first one, these are the categories of the function. Some functions will have the argument and the return type both also. See, for example, previous session we had seen about the string function. In the string function, suppose for example, let us take, if we want to compare the two strings, there what kind of function that one? That one is with argument and with return type. See, argument is nothing but there are parameter which we are going to pass inside the function, that is the argument. Here in string compare, how many argument? We are passing the two argument, that is after passing the two argument, we are comparing that string. If it is equal, then it returns the value 0. Otherwise it will not return the value 0. So by the what kind of return value, that one is integer return type. So the string compare function, it has the argument list also. We are passing the two string and with return value. After it returns the value, some values. Depending upon the return value, we can decide whether the given string are equal or not. So the that string compare function, it is what kind of category? That one is with argument and with return value. See, in some function it will have the argument and it will not have any return value. So during the function call, it will not return the values. Just if we call the function, the controller will go to the function definition. In the function definition, that set of instruction will be executed. After instruction executed, it will not return any values. So here from the function definition itself, we can, after the processing, we can achieve the task without returning the any value. So such kind of functions will have the argument, with the argument and without return value. Without return value means already we get seen. With return value means we should declare that function is integer, float or something double like that, some data types where we should declare. Without return value means there we should declare that function as void, because the void, it doesn't return any value, it will not return any value. The function which has the, that is return type as void, that function will not return any values. So next, without argument and without return value. Here in the argument list, after the function name, there will not be any argument list. The argument list will be empty. Here already we get seen, first function name, after the function name within the parenthesis, we are not going to pass any argument. Without argument and without return value. Without return value means before we should declare that user defined function as void. Here void function name, after that within parenthesis no argument have passed. This type of function is without argument and without return value. Here without argument and with return value. With return value means before we can declare it, before the function name we can declare the what data type, what kind of data it was going to return. After the function name in the argument list, that is empty, there no, without no argument were there. See, for example, here let us assume the function name here integer, the function sum, function name is sum, here integer a comma integer b. See, this one sum function with argument. Here two argument. After passing the two argument, that argument will be added and it returns the value that integer data type after summing. This is the example for with return value and with argument list. See here with argument and without return value. Without return value means at very first this is the return value. Here we can declare it as void, because while function which has void, it will not return any value. Here in same way, for example, if find the factorial fact. Here inside we are going to pass integer no number. Here single argument, which factorial if you need to find. Suppose if you want to find 3 factorial, if you are passing the value 3 here in the function, void function means it will not return the value. After finding the factorial from the function definition itself, it will gives the answer. So this kind of function is with argument and without return type. Here this one without argument and without return value. Here for example void. Here void, after that line. This is the function. This function will not return any value. Here we are not going to pass any argument also. Just if we call the function line, at that time the straight line will drawn. So this kind of function is known as without argument, no argument void, and without return value, that is void. Here no argument, without argument. Next one here without argument and with return value. So this function will have some return values. For example float, let us take it as float. Here with return value without argument. Here there is no argument list. For example, if you take area, area underscore next area circle. Suppose if you want to find the area of the circle, here it returns the value float value. Here inside we are not going to pass any argument list. When during the function call, it will go to the area circle function. Under that function it will ask the radius, and after finally it will returns the value. That value can be fetched where we are calling that function. Inside the main function, that value we can fetch. So this kind of function is known as without argument and with return value. Here the return value float is there, but argument here we are not going to pass any argument. Say now let us see the example for each and every one with the example now. Say now we are going to write a program to find the volume of a cylinder. See the volume of the cylinder. What is the, see this is the cylinder. Let us assume this is cylinder. Here the volume of the cylinder is here the radius, this one radius. Suppose let us assume this radius is equal to 2 meter. Suppose here from the center point, this is the height. Height is equal to, let us assume 10 meter. Here what is the formula for the volume of cylinder? The volume of cylinder is pi r square h. That is here this one area of the circle inside the, that is circle of the cylinder here. This area, first we should find the area into height. This height is 10 meter. For example, here 22 by 7 into, what is the radius? 2 into 2. Next, this is the area here into height. What is the height? Height is 10 meter. So, the approximate value of 22 by 7 is 3.14 into 2 into 2, 4 into 10. Here 3.14 into 40. The answer is 125.60. Here 60. This is the answer. This total volume of the cylinder is here. How much? Suppose if height is 10 meter and radius is 2 meter, means here the answer is 125.60. Now we are going to write the program, that is user defined function, to find the volume of the cylinder. So here this is the logic. By using this logic, by using this formula, now we are going to write the code, the user defined function. Say this program, first one, illustrate user defined function. Here we are going to find the, this program is used to find the volume of cylinder. We are going to find the volume of the cylinder. Here the program, first as usual, main header file, here before the main we should declare our function prototype. Here see what kind of data it returns. It returns the float data type. Suppose we want to find the volume of a cylinder, here the result will be in fractional numbers. So here we can declare the data type as, the return data type as float. Float means we can store the fractional value. So here float, first the syntax is, in the function declaration part, the syntax is first return type, next function name. Now we need to give the name, that is user defined name. For our function we need to give the name. Say we are going to find the volume of cylinder. So here my function name is, we can give the name as C volume, that is cylinder volume. My function name is C volume. Next here in this, to find the volume of cylinder, function name is C volume. Here I am going to give the argument list. First one data type, that is return data type, function name, next argument list. Here what are the argument we should pass? The main thing, the two argument. First one the radius, next one the height of the cylinder. This two argument is important. So here both I am declaring it as integer part. Integer, here for radius I am giving R, next integer, height, for height I am giving H. Next I am closing the parenthesis. In function declaration we should give the semicolon. Next here void main. Before the main part I had declared the user defined function. Here after the main, here inside I should pass the cylinder radius and height. So here I am declaring the variable integer variable because the parameter which I am going to pass, both the parameter here I have declared as integer. If it is float means here we can declare it as float. So as it is integer, here I am declaring integer. For radius rad, for height hig, height. These are the two variables. Here and the printf statement I am telling enter the radius, that is the cylinder radius. Here by help of this scanf function I am getting the what data type? This is integer data type, getting the radius value, that is rad. Next here printf enter the cylinder height. Here scanf percentage of d, comma, next ampersand of hig. For height I have declared the variable name as hig. See here after calculating, after applying the formula in the user defined function, it returns some value. That return value we should get that return value and we should store it. So here what kind of data that is returning? That is returning the float data type. So here I need another to declare another variable, that is in float. Let's declare it as v. V it stands for volume. Here I am storing that return value in v. So here v is equal to, this is the function call. I am calling the function. My function name is c volume, cylinder volume, c volume function name. Here I am passing the first one radius, that is rad. Next one height, hig. For height I have declared it as hig. So this is the function call. In the function call, after it will calling the function, it will go to the function definition and it returns some value. That return value I am going to store in variable v. Next here I am going to print the volume. Here printf, here inside the volume of cylinder is equal to, here percentage of f, because this v is float data type and I am telling to print the volume, here v. See next get ch and close the main part. Now I am going to declare the, I am going to define the user defined function. My here the user defined function, how we can define the user defined function? In syntax you see, first one return data type, function name and the argument list. Within the brace we can write the task. What is the task? To find the volume of the cylinder. See here this one, first float user defined data type, this one. So I am writing here float. Next my function name is c volume. after that open brace, inside integer, here radius, integer height. We should not put semicolon here because we are defining here. After that open brace, next inside the open brace we can write the code. See here, no space, I am writing here. See here, open brace, function name I have declared. This is argument list, 2 type of argument. Next open brace, after opening the brace, here I am declaring the variable here. See, for understanding I am writing here integer. This is easy way. Here integer is for understanding. Argument 1, arg1 comma arg2. Next arg2. After that in float, here in float I am declaring arg3. See, this is the user defined function definition. Here integer, in the integer I am declaring this arg1 and arg2. Next one float arg3. This arg1, arg2, arg3, these and all the variables. Here arg1 is equal to r. Next arg2 is equal to this parameter h. Next here arg float data type, this one arg3 is equal to here. What is the formula? Here pi r square into h. This is the formula. So what is the value for the pi? 22/7 into r square, that is r into r, 2 times pi r square into h. This is the formula. arg3 is equal to pi r square h. After I am returning this argument 3, from where the function call, it will go there. Return argument 3. I am returning this argument 3 and I am closing the function. See here, this is the important. See, let us see how the values were passed and how the passed argument, that is passed parameters, were calculated inside the function definition. See here, I am passing the this and all totally variable, 3 variable, these in main function. Before that itself, here this is the function definition, function declaration. In the function declaration I have declared my function name is C volume. This C volume is designed for finding the cylinder volume. So here I am passing the 2 type of argument. First argument is the radius of the cylinder and second one is height of the cylinder. Here, so I have designed this 2 argument inside the C volume function. So here, after here, this is the main part. In the main function, whenever we run the function, suppose if the function have some hundreds of user defined function also, at very first time when we are running the program, the controller will go to the main part only. From the main function only it will execute, it will go to the next functions, whether it is the built-in function or the user defined function, whatever it may be. Very first after running the program, it goes to the main part only. Here in this main part, it will here I have declared the variable v. Next one, here integer radius and height. Here it will ask enter the cylinder radius. Here enter the cylinder radius. Here this is the output. In the output At very first it will ask here, enter the cylinder radius. Suppose if you are giving the value 2, then the 2 will be stored where? Here in RAD variable. If you are giving 2, the 2 will be stored in the variable RAD. Next here, enter the cylinder height. It will ask. This is the output. Enter the cylinder height. Suppose if you are giving the height as 10, then the 10 will be stored to the variable HIG. Next here B is equal to, this is the main thing. Here what? B is equal to function call. This is the function call. B is equal to, here I am calling the function C volume, and I am passing the value inside the RAD. Here RAD and HIG. What the value inside the HIG variable, that value is passed here. So see, this is important. Here this RAD, it will store to the first argument in the function definition. See, the main part up to this only. Here this is the main. This is the main program. Here function, this is function user defined function. Here it start user defined function and it ends here. See, I have completed the main here. Up to this only the main part. After here, from here to here, this is the user defined function, which is our user defined function name is C volume. Here in the main function only, I am calling this outside function, that is user defined function, that is C volume. Inside the C volume, the first argument which I have passed, it will go to the function definition. In the function definition, the first argument will be stored in the first argument here, and in same way the second argument, that is here in the second argument, what the number you have passed, that will be stored to the in the second argument list. So here first argument is I have used for radius, second argument I have used for height. Here I have stored the RAD, I have give the value 2 to the RAD variable. Here I have stored the value 10 to the HIG variable. After this, here I am passing this 2 and 10 to where? Here in the function definition. So the first argument RAD, it holds the value 2. This 2 will be passed to here, and that is integer R. This now, so the R will hold the value how much? This R will hold the value 2. See, up to here. Now this is the function definition. In the function definition, here C volume inside R, integer R, next integer h. So this one holds the value how much? 2. This one holds the value 10. So this 2 is passed inside the user defined function. Here inside this argument list R1, first argument the 2 will be passed, and the second argument the 10 will be passed to here. After that, here again inside I am declaring the 2 variable, integer variable, and 1 float variable. Here arg1, that is the 2 integer variable is arg1 and arg2. These 2 variable is integer data type, and arg3, this is float data type. Here what I have passed in the function parameter, I am going to get that value inside the function. So here this argument 1 is equal to r. That means here in r what the value it holds? It holds the value 2. So now argument 1 will become, it will holds the value how much in argument 1? arg1 is equal to r. That is inside here the value 2. This is r. Height, inside the height what is the value? 10. So argument 1 will hold the value 2. Argument 2 is equal to h. That is in h what the value? 10. So the 10 will be stored in argument 2. Now argument 3. This argument 3 is used for calculating. After finding the calculation, that final result will be stored to the argument 3. So here in argument 3 is equal to pi value 22/7 into, here see instead of r we should give, we can give like this also, argument 1 radius is argument 1, because I had stored this argument radius value in argument 1. So here r square, that is argument 1 into argument 1, r square pi r square h. H value is argument 2. So here this is the formula. In the argument 3 I am writing this one. In argument 3 it will calculate the value 22/7 into argument 1 into argument 1. 2 times I am calculating the argument 1, because argument 1 it hold the radius value. So pi r square I am multiplying it 2 times. Next into arg2, that is arg2 value is height. I am storing the height value to the argument 2. So here after into arg2, and finally the approximate value is here for pi value 22/7, that is 3.14 into, for argument 1 value, that is radius value 2 into 2 into, next argument 2 value is 10, that is 3.14 into 40. $125.60. So here the argument 3 value will hold approximate value 125.60. So this argument 3 is equal to what the value? The answer is 125.60. So it returns this argument value. So in here in the return value, it will go back from where the function it calls its the function name, it will go back there. Here this is the main function, here it call the function here. So after in this step it return back and it will come here and store that return value to where? To the variable v. So now v will hold the value how much? This and all process under the user defined function, see volume here. This process return arg3. So this return value, it goes to the goes back where the function called. Here the function is called and this return value will be stored to variable v. So now we will hold the value how much? 125.60, because I am returning the argument. This argument 3 answer will be stored. This returns the value. That return value is stored in variable v. After here I am telling to print the volume of cylinder is equal to v and v. So here it will print like this. The volume of cylinder is equal to how much? Here 125.60. This 125.60 is the answer result. See, once we run the program, the controller will execute from here to here only. Suppose inside if any functions is there, that is user defined or built-in function is there, then the controller will jump to that function. Once that user defined function had completed, it again come back to the, after the completing executing that user defined function, again it come back to the main function. So this is the main function. This is open brace. From open brace to close brace only the controller will execute. Here for each and every instruction step by step it will be executed. When the controller comes here, it check whether the C volume, the user defined function definition is there. If the function definition is there, then it will execute, otherwise it will show. If there is no definition means it will show the error. So it jump from here, it jump directly to the functions, the function definition. In the function definition, it exactly, this is the formal data type variable declaration only. Here we can give any name and we can pass it. It will take the inside the variable what the value, that is the important, that the value will be passed to the here definition part. Here while jumping to the definition part, here inside there were two arguments, that is RAD and HIG. These two arguments were passed to the definition part. The first argument list will go to the first part, second argument list will be go to the second argument list. Here the main thing is you should pass accurately. Suppose here if you are passing, if you are declaring the function declaration, if you are declaring the function user defined function with 3 arguments, and if you are passing 5 argument means then it will show the error. So exactly what the argument we have declared, and that same argument should be passed also. If you are passing extra argument, then also it will show the error. So here 2 argument, exactly I am passing the 2 argument. The 2 argument will be stored here in the function definition part. Here I am declaring the inside the local variable. Here I am declaring 3 variables. First 2 variable is integer variable. I am declaring the variable name for understanding arg1. That is I am going to capturing the argument 1 and store that argument value to the arg1 variable. So here next in same way argument 2. The second argument which I have passed, that I am storing that second argument to the arg2. Here first argument is what? R, second argument is h. So first argument R I am storing in here, second argument h is stored in argument 2. Next here, this is when we are calculating, it will return, it will gives the floating point, that is it will gives the fractional value. So I am declaring this result, for result argument 3 I am declaring it in the data type float, because the pi value 22/7 it will gives the fractional value only. So after multiplying it will gives the fractional value only. So to store that fractional result, I am here declaring the variable float as argument 3. This argument 3 is used to otherwise we can declare it as result also, because this argument 3 it will store the result value. So here argument 3 is equal to, after applying this formula, after calculating it will store that value, and I am returning that argument 3. Once I returning the argument 3, after completing, where it will go, where from it come, it will go back there itself. See here it comes from here in this part. So after this part, once it jump to the user defined function, after completing this function only it will return back to here. See, after calculating, these two steps will be remaining. After finding the answer, these two steps will be executed. So once this instruction is on process, during the execution time it jump after completing that user defined function and return back. After that only return back only, here these two statement will be executed, that is printf statement and getch statement will be executed. See, once we return the value, that value will be stored in v. After that I am telling to print the volume of the cylinder is equal to v. Now what is the value of v? Here what the value here you returned, that value will be stored in v, that is 125.60. Here I am telling to print the v, that is the result, the volume of cylinder is equal to 125.60. Here it will print, and after that it will come out. So the controller for each and every time it will moves from this direction only. Suppose inside, if any user defined function, it will jump to that function and it will execute that function and return back to the main function. See, this is main function, this is user defined function, the red line, this is the user defined function. See, this what type of user defined function? The user defined function is here with argument list and with the return type. With argument and with return value. See, now we are going to see another one example, that is with argument and without return value. Without return value, with argument and without return value. See, if the function, if it will not have any return value, means we should declare it as void. So see, now in same way, now let us see, we can find the another one volume of the shape, that is here we can find the volume of cone. What is the volume of cone? 1/3 into pi r square h. This is the volume of cone. Now by help of this program we are going to find the volume of a cone. See, same way, volume is 1/3 pi r square h. This is for volume for cone. Here we are going to find the volume of cone. Here same way, it has radius and height. Here enter the radius, that is cone radius. Here the cone height, radius in cone, height in cone. Cone height, here we are passing the, here let us assume this function name as for finding the volume of cone. Here I am declaring the function as cone volume. Function name is cone volume. Here there is no return type. See, without return value with argument. Here this function has the argument list, but there is no return value. So here we no need to declare this variable v, because if it returns any value, we can fetch that value and we can tell to print that value. Here this function is not going to return any value. So here after we are not going to store the return value and print that value. So I am just calling the function only. See, the function name is what? The function name is cone volume. So here I am writing cone volume. After that I am passing the two parameter. Here this is the main thing, without return value. That is, if function it will not return any value, then we should declare that function it as return type it as void, because void it won't return any value. So here I am declaring it as void. After this is the program to find the volume of the cone. The formula of the volume of the cone is 1/3 into pi r square h. So here integer I need only the radius part and I need the data for the radius part and the height of the cone. So here radius and height I have declared two variable, cone height and radius. After getting the value, I am passing the value. So here in the function definition, void cone volume, function definition void, next cone volume, this is for my function name. Next this two parameter. In same way, here in this function call, here I am passing the two values to the function definition. Here this RAD will be stored in first argument, or next HIG inside this value that will be stored in where? Integer h, that is in second argument. Next here inside I have declared the two variables, that is argument 1 and argument 2. Next float value, that is argument 3. Here I am storing the argument 1 value to arg1, that is this r value which we have passed, that r value is stored to arg1. Here suppose let us take here, enter the cone radius here, instead of cylinder here cone. Next one height, that is next one cone height. Suppose if you are giving here 10, it will be stored in HIGH. Next here I am just calling the, here there is no any return value, just I am calling the function, that's all, because this is void data type. If it is void data type, there is no return data type. See here, and there is no return value. So here after getting the argument list, here I am calculating the formula. See here 2 and 10 I have passed. So here this function name is what? Cone volume. In same way here the function name is cone volume. I am calling this function cone volume and I am passing the value how much? 2 and 10. For example, if I am giving radius 2 and height 10, I am passing 2 and 10, so that this 2 value will be passed here in the function definition integer r, that 2, Next integer h, it holds the value 10. Next in argument 1 I am storing the r value. What is the r value? R value is 2, that is stored in argument 1. Next h is equal to argument 2. Here h is 10, that argument 2 will hold the value 10. Now I am need to calculate the formula 1 by 3 pi r square h, this formula is. So here argument 3 is equal to 1 by 3 into pi r square h. So this result will be divided by 3. So the answer is 41.86. 41.86. This is the answer. So here in the formula argument 3 is equal to, here we should give 1 by 3 into pi r square h. So 1 by 3 into 22 by 7 into here r square, because argument 1 hold the value r. I am multiplying this 2 times, r square into h, that is the value h it is in argument 2. So after finding here we are not going to return any value, because this is what data type? Void data type. So without returning the value I am printing here itself. Here I am telling to printf volume of cone is equal to, data type is percentage f, next comma, here this result is stored in argument 3. So here arg3 I am printing here. So here after finding the value, it is here I am not going to return any value. So from here itself I am telling to print this result, that is printf, here the volume of cone is equal to how much? 41.86. This result will be printed here also in user defined function. Once it is printed, after every statement inside this user defined function cone volume had executed. After executed, the controller will go back and here getch and next it comes out. So for each and every time after the function call, it comes back to the main program. So this is the program to find the volume of the cone. This is used for what? That with argument, that is here the argument is there but without return value. The return value is not there. So void, it doesn't returns the value. The function which has the return type as void, that function will not return any values. Say now let us see another one example. Suppose if we want to find the volume of a sphere, say here by help of the function, that is without argument with return value, we are going to find the volume of a sphere. Say here I am going to write the multiple line. See, for multiple command line we can write it like this also. Here opening the command line. Next here to illustrate user defined function, that is the function it has without argument and with return values. Here we are going to calculate the this program is used to calculate the volume of sphere. Say the volume of sphere is, what is the volume of sphere? 4 by 3 pi r cube, that is the volume of the sphere. Here we are going to very first define the header file, that is next. Here function declaration part, say without argument with return value. Say its return value is float data type. To find the volume of the sphere, the return value will be in fractional value. So here I am declaring the data type, that return data type is here float. Next here function name. Here to find the volume of sphere, so I am declaring it as v underscore or sphere wall. The function name is sphere wall. Next here I am passing the parameter, first radius, it has integer radius, next height, that also integer h. So here I am passing the 2 inside this parameter. I am having 2 parameter, passing the 2 argument. Next here this is the void main. See this one, to calculate the volume of the sphere without argument and with return type. See, it should return the value, but there should not be any parameter list, argument list. So here the argument list should be empty. This is important because this user defined function is used to illustrate without argument and with return values. For return value I am using float. Here the argument should not be declared, without argument. So here after the void main function, here I am declaring the variable as float, here v volume. So to get the return value I have declared the variable as v. Here v is equal to, I am calling the function. This function name is sphere volume, sphere wall. Next here just I am calling the function. If I call the function, that's enough. Automatically the result will stored to the variable v. See the argument when after calling here I am telling to print the here volume of sphere is equal to percentage of f comma next v. Here get ch, after that I am closing. After function definition, in the function definition part we should get the input for height, radius, for everything. So here what is the return type is float. Here the function name, in the function definition part, see the syntax. What is the syntax? First data return type. Next one, function name, our function name. I have declared the function name as sphere volume, VOL, sphere vol. Next, that's all. Here after I am opening the brace, here this is the function definition. See, the volume of sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. This is the volume for sphere. So what are the things we need? We need only the radius here. So I am declaring the variable here radius, that is integer here r. Next one, float volume, VOL, that is for volume. Next here printf enter the radius. Next, by help of this scanf function, I am getting the value to radius r. I am getting the value for r, radius r. Here before you should use ampersand of r. Next, here I am going to calculate the formula. VOL, volume, is equal to, here what is the formula? 4 by 3 pi r cube, that is 4 by 3 into value of pi is 22 by 7 into r cube, that is this value r. I am going to multiply 3 times, r cube, r into r into r. This is the value. Next, here I am returning this variable VOL, where it is called. Next, I am closing the void main. See here, this is void main part. In the main part, just for getting the value, I am declaring the v. After, just I am calling the function. Inside this function, everything, the input and everything happen inside the user defined function only. Here inside the function, I am asking very first enter the, this is, let us keep this one output. Here enter the radius. At very first it will ask here. See, while running this program, this one open brace and close brace for main. This is user defined function. Open brace and I am closing the brace here. See, here I have declared the first function declaration, and function declaration I have declared the function name as sphere VOL, sphere vol. Next, for find the volume of the sphere, here my function name is sphere vol. And here inside the main function I have declared a single variable only, that is float variable, to get the answer result of the volume of the sphere. So next here after getting the result, I am telling to print the result. Here I am calling this function. When calling this function, in this step, when the controller comes here at the execution time, it directly moves to the where? Here, user defined function. In the user defined function, here it will ask enter the radius. Suppose if you are giving the radius value as 2, the 2 will be stored in where? R. Next, in the variable VOL, here I am telling to calculate this result. 4 by 3 into is 22 by 7 into r into r into r, totally 3 times. We are going to multiply this radius because r cube. So 4 by 3 into 3.14 into 2 into 2 into 2. 2 2 are 4 2 are 8. 3.14 into 8. See, the approximate value is here VOL is equal to 33.52. So here the answer is 33.52. That will be stored in where VOL. Next I am telling to return the volume where it called. So this value 33.52, that is value inside the VOL will be returned back to where? Here, where function it called, it will come here. Next, and the return value will be stored to where? In the V. Here I am telling to print the volume of the sphere is equal to percentage of F and comma V. Here the result will be how much? The 33.52. So after this gets here. See, here also you see, while executing the function, very first the controller will come here and it will see I have declared the variable V. Here in the V I have called the function. This is the function call. This is known as function call. While calling the function, the controller will directly move to the function where function definition. In the function definition, here after completing executing the completely the function definition, again it will go back to the where main part. Here in this totally after calculation we have completed, it returns the value. That return value will be stored to where V. Next I am telling to print the volume of the sphere is equal to that V. What is the V value? That result, that 33.52 will be displayed here. See, next one. Now let us see the simple example for this one. Here the function without argument and without return values. Now let us see the simple program. See how to draw a line. Say here main part, this one including the header file. Without argument and without return value. So here without argument void. Next here my function name is ln to draw the line. Next here without argument, there is no argument. This is function declaration. Here void, this is the main function. Here see, suppose if you want to draw the multiple lines, there we can create a function whenever we need. At that time if you call the line, automatically it will draw the line. See, for example here if I want to see here CLR SCR, this function is used to clear the screen. Here after that very first I am telling to print the line. Well, my function name is ln. Next here printf slash n, here slash t subjects. I am closing this one. Again I am calling the function ln. Next printf, here slash n slash t English. Next printf slash n slash t Tamil. Next printf slash n slash t Max. Next printf slash n slash t Science. Next printf slash n slash t Social. Here again ln. I am calling the function ln. See, I am closing the void main here. See, up to this main part. Next one, the function, I am going to write the function for ln. Here no space, I am continuing here. See, this function will not have any return value or any argument, without argument and without return value. So here I am writing the function name void. Next, what is the function name? Ln. This is the function name ln. Here simply I am telling to print slash n. Next, simply you draw the hyphen or equal symbol or dash symbol. What symbol you are drawing here, that symbol will be displayed here in the function call. Suppose if you are using equal to symbol, that equal to symbol line will be displayed. If you are using asterisk symbol, that star symbol will be. So here totally in the space screen, how much? See, this is the output screen. In the output screen, totally 80 columns and 25 rows. 25 rows and 80 columns. See this dash. Here very first, after clearing the screen, I am calling this ln function. So this function will go to where? It will go to the here. It will comes here. So in ln function, simply I am telling to print the draw a simple line. That is, this dash will be drawn. Next one, here printf, I am telling to print slash n means next line slash t tab space, totally 3 tab space it leave, and it will print the subjects. Next, after that again I am calling ln. So totally how many times? First time, this is second time also it call. At that time it will draw again this dash. After that, here I am telling to print the subject marks, subjects, English, next Tamil, Max, next Science, after Social. Next, after completing, at last again I am calling the ln function. So here in this ln function totally 3 times I am calling. For each and every time it will draw the line. 3 times I have called, 3 times the line will be drawn. So this is the function that is without argument. Here in ln function no argument. See watch here, no argument, and the same time no return value. There is no return value also.